Okay, so I think it's time for us to have a conversation about older women that are pretty much dating younger men in general. But I feel like nowadays, since society doesn't want to talk about older women assaulting, using, and drugging men as often, but nowadays in the dating market, no one is even hating on the fact that she's an older lady and she's slaying younger dudes, and there's no issue with it. But if it was a man that is older, that's in his 40s, that is dating a younger woman in her 20s, it's called creepy. Like, you see how the reverse psychology is played out nowadays? Because I feel like us men, we can't even enjoy finding a woman in America. It don't matter how old she is, if she's in her 20s and 30s. You know, if we're dating someone that is like in their like early 20s, if she's mature and has respect and morals for herself, and I don't see a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? They're both adults. But we're talking about the Gen Zs and the woke mob that is like tripping because us men dating women that are grown, we're both grown. She's grown, we're grown. But we're talking about older women that are starting to become creepy nowadays, and nobody is talking about it. Nobody is having a clear discussion of what is going on in the dating market nowadays. So we're going to take a look at this video, and it's by FBE Capital. So shout out to you, brother. Let's get to the video.
Have you ever heard of a woman being called creepy before?
Actually, that's an interesting question because
It is, isn't
I
it?
don't. No.
They go learn today.
No, I don't think I have.
Having sex with her 15-year-old student and sending nude pictures and texting "I love you" to the boy.
Literally assaulted on stage by this woman.
I
feel violated right now.
I did grab his butt.
That doesn't give you the right to do that to a celebrity. Just because you're an older woman, you're a cougar, what gives you the right to kiss his neck and grab his buttocks? Did he want it? Did he enjoy it? No, he didn't. It's like y'all would defend her for what she did to Justin. Imagine if a man did this, y'all would be all over his neck on the internet. Make it make sense.
I think that's cougar.
That second clip that y'all just saw, why is she recording herself because a little boy is staring at her booty? And where are the parents at? Why they're not telling him to get over here? Stop looking at people's butt. Stop looking at them like that. Y'all would be okay with her doing that, but if a man did this, it would be an issue. This shit ain't funny.
I want the little young boys.
This photo, it is currently going extremely
I remember this.
viral. Him
Just-
and his
just
dad
trifling.
can run a train on me. Call me R. Kelly, honey. Ooh, his ass can get it. Lil A gon' get it.
This right here is a prime example of why a lot of issues cannot be resolved between men and women.
The fuck? Hey, yo! Did y'all see that? Hold on, we gotta go back. Do y'all see how nobody is saying anything to her? How nobody is confronting her and not stopping her from doing some nasty stuff in public? They all just walk past her as if she's okay to do that because she's a female. If it was a man doing this, he would have been handcuffs. He would have been in jail. He would have been a sex offender forever. And yet, nobody is saying anything about this whore. What is going on in society, Mo?
Hey, son, what I would do to you with your blue eyes.
Suck on the bottom lip.
Imagine if a male, a father, put that on social media. The hate he would get for saying about his daughter having hot friends. But it's okay for women to do it.
Nigga!
See ya, bro.
What the fuck? Their own children
Hey, yo!
All in attempt for a viral video.
Everything she's doing, nobody wants to
What
take
the-
accountability for it.
I have never in my life seen something that is so foul and disgusting as a man. These people think that incest is cool. No, it's not, nigga. You're supposed to be parents, not their best friend. And you sexualizing your kids on social media when they're getting older and young? It's all coming together now. Because we live in a society where pedophiles can never be held accountable because they're women. And yet, when a man does it, you held him accountable. There are a few things that is wrong in this clip. First of all, what father allows his sons to smack their mother in the butt? For what? And then on top of that, the mom and her son dancing and grinding on each other on TikTok. For what? You doing this because you want to get clout and attention? I'm surprised the mother ain't in jail. This is creepy. You can't make this up, people. I'm disgusted as a man. Because I've seen so many terrible fathers on social media that is allowing their son to do certain things they got no business doing. They should have taught their child better. If anything, I blame the mom for contributing in the situation. Instead of being a parent, they'd rather be their friend. Unbelievable.
She's a woman.
38-year-old Tracy Vanderholt. Victim is a 16-year-old boy.
Tatum Hatchell, Jessica Lawson.
Substitute teacher is accused of raping one of her 11-year-old students.
A teacher in Connecticut.
Assault with a minor.
This is lasting damage.
In the past, women were not arrested. It may very well be that this has been going on for a much longer period of time.
Prosecutors
This was going on for years.
assaulted as many as 21 children.
Women
Lord,
do
21?
the same thing, if not worse.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
If there's one thing you need in your shower routine, it's Native's body wash. It froths up into this rich, creamy
Okay.
That's right, boys. Women can be just as creepy as men, if not worse. But you
because
never
the
hear
world
about
doesn't want to
this
talk
because
about it.
Even though there's
This
a
is always
massive
the men.
exploitation crisis going on with female teachers in the classroom,
The female teacher to student relationship cases are happening far too often.
Involves students as young as 12.
You don't usually get so many cases like this back to back to back.
the major news channels are all silent about it. But the reality is, as women get older, they tend to get a whole lot creepier, especially since modern women are addicted to attention and really want to know if...
And I blame you simps for that because y'all niggas be the same ones that be giving OnlyFans models all that money because you want to see they poo-poos and tatas all over the internet. All y'all fault. Because y'all be the same ones that be talking about red pill content creators that are telling you the truth and you want to be a simp about it and defend the 304's bad behavior. And this is exactly one of the main reasons why the dating market in 2024 in America is trash. It's always been trash ever since the feminist movement started.
Like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that male attention.
Well, you're not getting male attention it's because you want to go on this talk show. You know what? Speaking of Ayesha Curry, this is coming from the same woman that was on a talk show when all the male dancers came on there and she was ready to risk it all by taking off her wedding ring. Knowing full well that she is a married woman. Who does that? If I was Steph Curry, I would probably just run away fast as you can. Because they have no respect, no morals for themselves whatsoever, and they expect us to take them seriously. Pick them up off the streets, wipe them up. Because they gotta have a whole face. Yeah, right.
of older women trying to date as they hit the wall, let's quickly first look at two prime examples of older women becoming extremely creepy with their own children, all because they are starved for attention and want to be popular on social media. Take this mother for instance. Now she loves to make cringy TikTok videos with her kids, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But that
Come
same
on,
mother is
bro.
also making videos like these on that same account. Like,
wow,
what's going on here? And when you take a closer look, this entire account just screams single mother begging for attention from her children.
Oh my God.
Constantly needing to show that she still got it. But all she's really showing is that she has zero boundaries or...
I honestly want to scream and rage right now because I'm not trying to crash out on here, because just seeing stuff like this really makes me angry as a man. Because suppose if I ended up having a child one day, and if that son or daughter ends up finding out about their mother's or father's dirty little secret, their past, they're going to show resentment towards you because of your actions. You are pretty much showing the whole world time and time again of how much of an idiot you are as a parent. How promiscuous you are. Sometimes as a man, I worry about the future, because these kids are going to end up waking up one day and they're going to see how trashy their parents are, because they refuse to grow up. They'd rather be their friend than their parent. This is exactly why the parental households in 2024 has gone so much worse. I'm sick of this.
Take this mother and son for instance. She has to literally dodge her own son trying to make out with her just to make the video go more viral. What the hell is wrong with these people?
For real.
Call the son a complete freak for trying to make out with his own mother, but the problem here is that she's the adult and parent in the situation that keeps encouraging him to make this type of nonsense. Since they have dozens of videos where they keep pushing the boundaries, loving the fact that they go viral and that people are disgusted by it. Anyways, all of this degeneracy comes from a weak society with no standards or morals and constantly lets women get away with whatever they want.
Both you and your...
I remember videos like this because MTR just did a video on this a while back of how YouTube is turning into OnlyFans. So it's because this bimbo has her boob out, calling herself trying to educate people on breastfeeding her child. Somehow makes it okay for YouTube to do this. But if a man decides to educate men on how to grow their penis sizes, and supposedly he has his pants down, YouTube would have demonetized his channel, have his whole channel terminated, and he cannot get back on YouTube ever again. You see how double standards work? Women are allowed to do everything in society. But if a man decides to do what she does, just to educate men on male things, it becomes an issue. I'm just flabbergasted of what I'm seeing as a man, because you don't see me smiling. You don't see me supporting this nonsense. No, I'm beyond disgusted.
The hoes never stop innovating. Please drop a like if you think that the world lets women do whatever the f they want.
Too much!
I've had multiple videos demonetized and age restricted, but apparently full-on tits out is no problem. And comment down below with your
stupid.
And so as women get older, they simply become more creepy and more desperate.
Yeah,
because
they
are
have.
allowed to, and they are engaging in all of this weird shit.
Oh, Jesus
because
Christ.
dating becomes 10 times more difficult, and getting commitment from quality men becomes almost impossible for them.
And then you come away from the date and then you never hear from that person again, even if you've messaged them right to make them aware that you like them.
Any other girls out there who have basically been single for a super long time.
The reason why men are not interested in you is because of how you live your promiscuous lifestyle. Everybody claims that 304 is aged like fine wine. Nah, y'all hoes be aging like milk. You age like milk, you're inspired, and your time is up. Your gig is up. So basically, you let feminism dictate how you should live your life in 2024. and you wonder why nobody wants to be with you. Look at how you live your life. I do not give a damn if my channel or this video gets demonetized. I don't care. I am fed up of seeing stuff like this because they really think that we're supposed to respect them, take them seriously, understand why they live this way. I don't think so.
You be there for me and say, I've got this, and you don't have to think about having to do everything by yourself all of the time.
Ouch, that does not sound like a good time. And like I proved in my Age of Desperation video linked up here, a lot of these women are their own worst enemies by perpetuating this fake lifestyle of eternal bliss when they are single and still dating as an older woman, but behind closed doors, things are actually a lot more miserable.
Why aren't you going ahead and getting married? What are you doing? You think you can just party forever? As though I'm like making a choice to do this.
Yes, you most certainly did, but we'll get to that in a second.
And you did it to yourself.
Let's listen a
Don't
bit
blame
more
us
what
for
she
your
actually
downfall.
thinks about getting married and having kids.
But it makes me sad to think that when I get married, finally, God willing, and have kids, it like won't be exciting anymore. And I hope someone's still excited for me.
No,
so
they're
when
not.
You listen to all of that, you think that this lady just wants to find a nice guy to treat her well and get married to have kids. But that is not the case, since her entire page is about bragging how wonderful single life is, that she doesn't want to settle down, and
she's being more delusional, thinking that everybody is going to be on her own side.
Older is that you still feel like you're 20, 25 at most. And I see 27-year-olds and I seriously believe we are the same age. And I know we're not.
Oh, getting older is about maturing and realizing that you have better options in your life. You cannot do the things that you used to do in your 20s. Holding around, sleeping with a bunch of guys. And I'm surprised you ain't had no STDs yet because you live a certain type of lifestyle for so long. That's insane to me. How in modern times, everybody wants to sleep around with one another and then wants to get pregnant by some random dude that they barely even know. All of a sudden, they crash out on that part. It's like y'all are not being careful of how you live your life. I understand that being grown is one thing, but if you end up catching something, that's on you. You the one chose to live that lifestyle. Because we tried to tell y'all. Y'all just didn't get it.
The same things.
Yeah, that's the problem. How can you expect a man to take you seriously at 35 when you still behave like some 20-something?
Exactly!
She's the perfect example of the modern-day LA girl who partied a little bit too long until one day the music stops and there's no friends, no husband, no kids, and her brain has been completely scrambled by the LA dating scene.
The reason that I don't trust men and the reason that I think they all suck, and you might as well get a hot rich one because they're all gonna suck and ghost you and cheat on you and love bomb you. I usually send a text.
You did it to yourself.
Surprised I didn't hear from you.
Once again, every time things don't go right with their careers, with their lives, they always blame us men. When they literally chose the lifestyle of how they want to live it, it's like they can never take any responsibilities or accountability of how to live their life. It's like women can never be no wrong, can never do no wrong, but it's always us. Get out of here.
However, and not heard from him and now been ghosted, and then he didn't respond to that text. Like, the fire's been started. Once the fire has started, you're now for the plot. You're now a bit. I can throw it up in flames. I can set the whole thing on fire. I can burn the house down.
Yep, she's correct. Since, like I showed in my older women dropping massive truth bombs video linked up here, they all try to spin a narrative that is far more positive than the reality.
It's about being older and being single.
I don't even have a person to get pregnant with.
Now, another interesting phenomenon that's never talked about when it comes to older women is that a lot of them are actually broke losers.
Unemployed, parents, figuring your life out basically.
I am 41 years old, single, without kids, living in a van.
I'm feeling a bit lost, I'm behind, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
That's crazy, bro.
So I thought I would give you a bit more information as to where I'm at with my journey.
Currently building a tiny home. This is my tiny home I'm building, and it's literally next door to my mom's house. Mom, you happy that I'm moving next door?
Yeah.
Even the mom is like, yeah, like she knows that she hates it that her child is living next to her, which means that she's gonna put up with her mess all the time. And y'all always say that, oh, Minnie, this and that. Look what happened. Y'all better get right with God.
At 30, but a woman in her 30s or even 40s who lives with her parents is some sort of independent queen who supposedly chooses a soft life.
Example of soft girl life. I'm choosing a softer life where I'm living with my parents to indulge in a job and my creativity that I just enjoy more, and no desire to work towards a mortgage.
What?
You want to see what age like spoiled milk looks like? This is it right here.
Choosing anything, they're simply struggling, which is okay and can happen to a lot of people, but don't try to sell it as some spiritual choice. But the story gets even more ridiculous when you start taking a closer look.
Half of me thinks, no, Lindsay, you're being lazy, sort your life out, get a job, like a lot of negative self-talk.
How is getting a job and sorting out your life negative self-talk? It is basic functioning as an adult human.
It's a delusion.
And this is what I
I'm
mean,
seeing all the
right?
time.
These modern older women never grow up. They just become toddlers
Just
in adult
sad.
bodies, wanting a man to fully take care of them as if they are a child.
Because if men allowed women to be soft,
Get
if
your
men treated
passport.
women as though they were soft, then there wouldn't be a discussion over who's paying the bill. There wouldn't be a discussion over, am I going to protect you both monetarily, emotionally, physically? You would just naturally receive those things because he would treat you like you were soft, a child who needed small presents.
Yep, she literally refers to herself as a kid. But my point is that society would never let a man comfortably wallow in this much chaos and say, no, it's just fine, just focus on self-healing and do whatever feels right.
And I'm not sure if I want to do the business anymore, then what the hell am I doing? Feeling sorry for myself and had a bit of a cry. I've been wallowing, and that's allowed.
No, they would call him a fat bald loser and demand he gets his shit together, as he should. And this again proves that the narrative being spun does not align with reality, because they all keep shouting that older women know what they want and that is why they raise their standards. But do you really think that these two have any clue what they want?
Maybe the only
Not
way
at
to be
all.
happy is to be settled down, get a house, have a partner, and have kids. Am I just deluding myself?
Single math is spending thousands of dollars on their wedding, bachelorette party, and accompanying gifts, but
Why does she remind me one of them movies you see on Lifetime about the sorority sisters in college living their promiscuous lifestyles until one of them, just like her, that is more corrupt and insane to the point where she will go this far to force a newbie to do exactly what she tells her to do. But if things didn't get her way, she would kill somebody to get a guy that she claims that she always wanted. And then she ends up getting arrested because of murder. She looks like one of those characters from Lifetime movies. I'm not making this up.
able to wake up whenever you want on Saturday and Sunday.
Why the hell am I showing up here and advocating the child-free lifestyle if I'm not 100% sure about it? It's because nobody is 100% sure what the fuck they're doing with their life.
Single math is being absolutely derailed when anyone makes any comment about the fact that you're single. Like my mom, who just sent me a text while I was making this TikTok.
And so just like them, millions of older women are either finding themselves on some sort of self-love healing journey where they slowly spiral out of control with all the self-healing they're doing.
I have
Don't
come to
believe
the
him.
conclusion that today is the day that I'm done healing. I am done manifesting my dream life. I'm done with the self-development. I don't think a lot of people understand how dangerous the self-development journey can actually be, especially when you kind of become obsessed with it.
Or they are dating themselves into oblivion, trying to stay young and show that they can easily get any guy they want, but failing to get actual commitment from those guys.
It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult finding someone that you like that likes you back.
Yeah, I still don't get
keep
why
telling
women
yourself
think
that.
it's some sort of flex, since for most men this also applies. You can easily get some washed up 40-year-old broke stripper or prostitute. As a matter of fact,
Or
Exhibit
304.
A.
The money's really good.
The only reason why they're turning to porn or OnlyFans is because they're insecure about themselves and they want to feel good about what they do, thinking that a nigga is supposed to pick them up and marry them and have babies with them. Like, that's never gonna happen. Only reason why these people are turning to OnlyFans is because they're broke themselves. OnlyFans and porn are the worst combinations of both. Because these women are already going down a rabbit hole, but even some men that be doing OnlyFans too, y'all suck as well. But at the end of the day, like, y'all gotta like choose better and be better.
Basically in a hotel room by myself until a client comes knock at my door. I love a boyfriend.
See, she's just waiting for you nice guys to sweep her off her feet. Any takers?
Not gonna happen.
Married with a baby in my hand.
Nope.
I don't think so. And so what these older women don't want to acknowledge is that it's not them being picky amongst the pool of great men. That was 15 years ago. No, now the reality is that most of the men that are interested in them are either really young, early 20-year-olds looking for some sort of sugar mama relationship, or much older men for whom a 37 or 40-year-old is a hot young thing. Because the only eligible men that they come across in their 30s or 40s are just playing with them.
I think people have gone horrible in this modern world. I really do. If you've messaged them right to make them aware that you like them and that you want to see them again, and they just send nothing back, I think it's so rude. It's so rude and super disrespectful.
You see? So now that type of behavior is rude.
Yeah,
but the
that is
reality
kind of
is,
dumb.
back in the days,
From her
they
part.
were doing the exact same thing when they were getting messages from like 50 dudes and they were stringing them all along.
We tend to be attracted to the ones that don't actually want us or don't actually...
There was a series on TLC called Moms, I believe, and you see a bunch of moms that are dating younger guys, some in their mid-20s, early 30s, and early 20s, because they think that younger dudes are into older women. But that show kind of creeped me out for the most part, because supposedly if there was some man that is, well, supposedly if there's like fathers that are going on these shows trying to find younger women that they're into, y'all would be up your butts about it. So if you see something like that, keep that same energy.
This is our ego trying to prove to ourselves that we get them because they're unattainable.
But now that they are approaching 40 and want someone to cuddle with late at night or travel with, now that behavior is suddenly rude. And so I always laugh at these responses because it's women like these that will always tell on themselves and how they used to go from guy to guy, always looking for the next best thing, and completely disregarding the nice guy that would actually treat them right.
It's like the ones that put in effort and show that they like us, we disregard.
So you see, she's smart enough to realize she's been chasing men that she knew would not treat her right, but still after all those years did nothing to change that. And now she's complaining that the men are playing games with her. Yeah, just keep doing the
one
same
that started
thing, and one day it will definitely work out.
This video, my God, this was one of the hardest videos for me to react to, because the moms are the worst parents. They are their worst enemies. I can't stress enough of how embarrassed I am as a man to have more concerns about my son or my daughter if their mothers started acting just like these monsters in the clip. I would have probably had full custody, and I would have probably raised my kids the best way that a father should be raising their kids. The thing that disgusts me the most is the mothers, the 304 culture on TikTok, are acting like immature incels, dancing with their kids like they're their boyfriends and stuff, twerking, shaking their tatas in their sons' faces. I don't care if he's older enough. That's your son. You're not supposed to do that. Thank God I was not brought up in that environment. You know, my mother is a Christian woman. My grandmother is a Christian woman. And if I did something like this with my kids, I would rot in jail for the rest of my life. At the end of the day, parents have to do better raising their kids You can't just be their friend. You're their parent. So start acting like one.